You have witnessed it before. The silent engineer who solves the most complex problems watches as his loudest, least informed colleague gets promoted first. The politician who can barely string a coherent sentence together somehow commands millions of votes. The person in your social circle who talks the most but knows the least always ends up leading everyone else. And every time you ask yourself the same thing, why does this keep happening? Why do the most capable minds remain in the shadows, while those who seem unqualified rise to the top? Is the system failing, or is it performing exactly as it was designed to? For most of your life, you were taught a comforting lie, that society rewards talent. We want to believe that the smartest, most virtuous people naturally ascend to positions of power. It feels safe to think that someone wiser is steering the ship, someone competent enough to guide us through the storm. But Aristotle would tell you that this belief is a mirage. Over 2,000 years ago, he warned us about something most people still cannot see. He realized that society almost never puts its best at the peak, and he discovered why. Look around you, in business, in politics, in your own community. How many leaders today truly inspire confidence? How many seem capable of guiding millions of lives? And how many look more like performers on a stage than architects of the future? This is not an accident. It is not chaos. It is a pattern, a built-in feature of how human societies organize themselves. Aristotle stood in Athens, the birthplace of democracy, and watched ordinary citizens choose their leaders. He listened to the debates in the Agora, where promises filled the air and voices clashed. People thought they were selecting the best, but Aristotle saw the truth. People were not selecting brilliance or wisdom. They were selecting familiarity. They were choosing those who made them feel safe, even when those leaders lacked the competence to move them forward. This insight changes everything. If society rewards comfort over competence, and if it consistently elevates those who play a role rather than those who have substance, then we have misunderstood what power really is. For Aristotle, power was never about putting the best at the top. It was about keeping the system alive. He studied people to understand society, and what he saw disturbed him. The men chosen to lead were rarely the most visionary or capable. He asked himself why people would place their collective future in the hands of the less qualified. The answer he found was unsettling. Society does not choose leaders to maximize excellence. Society chooses leaders to avoid collapse. Aristotle explained this through a powerful metaphor. He saw society as a living body where every part has a role. Some parts think like the brain, some act like the hands. But the heart has a different purpose. Its job is not to invent or to reason. Its job is to maintain the steady rhythm that keeps the entire organism alive. For Aristotle, leaders are not meant to be the brain. They are meant to be the heart. Their role is not to be the smartest person in the room, but to hold the room together. This is where the design becomes clear. A brilliant leader who sees too far ahead often pulls society apart. Their ideas threaten established values, and their vision frightens those who cannot keep up. Sooner or later, the system rejects them. Society has an instinct for self-preservation. It will not follow someone who moves too fast or thinks too differently. Instead, it elevates the person who feels safe, the one who reflects the crowd's identity back to them and promises not to shake the foundations. This is why Aristotle believed the best government was not the one run by the smartest individuals, but the one whose leaders matched the character and fears of its people. As he wrote, the best regime is the one that fits its people. This is not failure. This is how the system was designed to survive. Power does not seek brilliance, it seeks stability.
If society does not choose its leaders based on brilliance, what happens to those who truly are extraordinary? Where do the visionaries go, and why do they so rarely reach the summit? Aristotle believed the answer lies in human nature. In his Nicomachean Ethics, he argued that the highest calling is not power, but eudaimonia, human flourishing. For those who seek it, power is often a distraction rather than a destination. Think of the most capable people you know, the scientist obsessed with truth, or the engineer solving impossible problems. Their drive is mastery over themselves, not control over others. They do not spend their lives building alliances or manipulating emotions. When society rewards familiarity over brilliance, these individuals quietly step aside. They choose the work over the stage. Furthermore, the system often filters them out because visionaries are threatening. They move faster than the crowd can follow, causing the collective to view them as other. Aristotle saw this as a design feature. Society protects itself by elevating those who fit and removing those who disrupt. This leads to a painful truth. To lead, even the smartest must perform a self-limiting act. They must hide the parts of their intelligence that alienate the crowd and learn to speak the language of simplicity. Many brilliant minds refuse to do this, valuing authenticity over influence. Consequently, you see the adaptable rise while the extraordinary are left behind. This is the survival instinct of the social organism. It rejects what it cannot assimilate, choosing comfort over challenge every time. Aristotle explained this through his study of rhetoric. He noted that persuasion relies on logos, logic, pathos, emotion, and ethos, credibility. While we claim to value logos, pathos and ethos almost always win. People follow those who make them feel safe and look familiar. The idiots in power are often masters of this. They are mirrors reflecting the fears and desires of the people. They are not mistakes. They are products of an ancient evolutionary need for belonging. But there is a deeper layer. If these leaders are not the ones driving the system, they are likely acting as shock absorbers. Their role is to provide the illusion of control and unity, while the real decisions are made behind the scenes by networks of interest. They are shields who absorb public anger and distract attention. Aristotle understood that politics exist to maintain order, which sometimes requires a harmless figurehead at the front while the machinery of power operates in the shadows. So when you see an unqualified leader, do not ask why the system is broken. Ask who benefits from their presence. We are often choosing between the script and the truth. You can trust the actors on the stage, or you can look behind the curtain to see the machinery for what it is. But once you see the pattern, you can never unsee it. The question is no longer why idiots rise to power, but who is holding the pen that writes their lines. Do you believe society creates these leaders by accident or by design? Is it a failure of judgment or a mechanism for stability? Let us know your thoughts below. If you want to continue exploring the hidden patterns of our world, subscribe and stay curious with us here at ThinkMate.